So I hope it does not censor this reading for the images or the music in the background. I do not own rights to the music in the background, but I currently have a soulmate twin flame frequency playing right now so that we as twin flames soulmates can communicate um, in that 5D space. And as soon as I started going live, Justice woke up. Hey, baby. How are you? Come around this way. Hey. Okay. So, give me just a moment. I'm going to let y'all sit with these cards and meditate on them and just try to receive whatever spiritual message you feel like you're picking up. And then I'm going to break down the cards. Hey. Hey, Justice. Mom is about to do a reading. So, she's speaking. I'll be back to check on you in just a minute, okay? Okay. So hopefully she will sit for a little while and watch one of her favorite cartoons while we get into this reading. So these cards that I have here are intentionally laid out to activate a specific energy. Before we even get started, this reading is specifically for my divine feminines and masculines who are on their journey to aligning and attracting their true divine soulmate, their Bayati, the person that was called to be a part of their love life in this lifetime, the person who the ancestors orchestrated and created for us, right? That this plan was already a part of divine planning. You are only going to have one person in your life that is truly fit for you. Not saying that we don't have multiple soulmates or, other unions that we cannot work through. But according to our ancient culture, we were each assigned with someone pre-incarnation. Sometimes we don't align with that person based off of the choices that we make in life or based off of the choices that they make. And then that's when our ancestors intervene where as long as we are committed to our divine purpose and we're doing the proper rituals, we're healing, they will still align us with someone to come in, okay? And so this reading is specifically for our Bayatis and our true soulmates, our divine unions. And that's where the concept twin flame comes from. But here, this channel is, specifically for my African and indigenous followers. So I always incorporate the culture into divination and our spiritual practices because there is a difference with some of the Western twin flame concepts, and they're not specifically correct for us. Like with us, you have to use our medicines to actually be able to master and balance out those energies. And that's why in a lot of Western cultures, they don't master that. Like there's always sometimes twin flames aren't meant to be together, or sometimes, and that's not the truth. It's just that we haven't been learned, we didn't really learn about, these things until about 10, 15 years ago. And everybody was just kind of all into the journey. Some people continued to go, some people gave up on it, but myself, with just being a follower of our own ancient culture and also being someone who incarnated from that culture, um, we learned that there are specifics when it comes to divine unions. Like there's a divine plan, our ancestors had a divine measurement, and all of these things. And sometimes, especially in our culture, we just don't go through the full initiations or work to heal. Like a lot of times when we're triggered or whatever the case may be, we're ready to end the relationship or whatever, because we haven't learned or even seen what divine unions truly look like from a civilized space, from a healed space, from the way our ancestors did it prior to 2020 millennial overstimulation, social media problems, and just all the things that have created today's culture and ideologies from what we have, because we have a lot of differences from old school to this generation now. And it's really important that when all of these things are popping up, that we know what the truth is, and we're not just, going off of what people are saying from their own hurt, healed, unhealed wounds or their own experiences, because their experience might be true to them, but it might not be a truth to resolving an issue, especially if they haven't mastered that. So that was something that our ancestors actually mastered, and you can go back and look at how they did it through what they practiced, what they did to balance out harmony in their homes, like in their families, and what was considered a divine union. We don't want to just put that label on karmics. We don't want to put that label on anyone that is not for us and just hope for the best. And so our ancestors were really specific when it came to, our birth charts and our purpose and why we were created here. A lot of people don't even know why they are here. And that is a first issue, because if you don't know why you're here, you shouldn't even be looking for love because you're going to set yourself up in a trap, right? Because you're looking for something else to validate you. You're looking for something outside of you to help you to find yourself or whatever the case may be. And we see a lot of people a lot of times look for love, for happiness, and they haven't even found their own peace or happiness, right? And that starts from within. I'm not saying that we're not meant to find love or be in love, but what I'm saying is that when we align with our divine purpose, love naturally flows to us because we have embraced ourselves first and foremost. We have said, I love myself enough to embrace whatever it is that I was called to do here. And that's one of the most divine loves that we can commit to, because we're basically saying that we're committing to God, that we're committing to the ancestors, to trust and to love whatever it is that we were called here to do. And we're putting that first above anything. And when we choose that path, when we choose God, we are choosing something that's going to pour into us a reflection of that, right? So if you're in your divine space, and you're trusting your ancestors, your divine spirit parents, your spirit team, your divinities, God, right? Then you're automatically going to have that support and the love that your heart desires, because people who have a divine path, people who are in their purpose, are naturally protected. Divine feminines, you don't have to chase love. Love will come to you. Okay? So we attract love. I have this rose quartz here. Um, when you are working in your divine feminine space, and I know a lot of times we have women who say, I need a man to put me in the feminine space, right? But right now, I don't have a man here. I'm still operating in my divine feminine space because that's what God called me to do and be, regardless of if somebody else is present or not. That's who I am. I did not call. I was not called to be anything else but a divine feminine. I don't need anybody outside of me to validate me. But by me practicing, believing that, standing in that, I'm telling God that by me operating in that divine feminine space, that I'm also ready to attract the protection to go along with that. And that protection comes with attracting that divine masculine. So I know that as long as I'm operating in my high vibrational space, I'm operating in a space of love, I'm operating as a divine feminine, that my divine masculine is naturally going to be activated to step into protection because God is going to call them. So they will come to you, okay? And divine masculines, if you're here and you're reading this or listening to the readings, you will be called to the divine feminine that you are supposed to provide and protect. And it won't come from the woman who's trying to seduce you. It won't come from, the woman that you just have an occasional times with or whatever the case may be, right? It's gonna come from someone who you can see her power and you can see your purpose, right? It's like an activation. So you're gonna recognize her because you're soulmates. It's an activation. When she activates herself, it's gonna draw the protector in. Okay, so these cards that are here is what we're working towards. The Ten of Earth, which is harmonizing, is material wealth, is stability, a stable relationship, two people coming together and bringing wealth into a relationship, right? We have the lion and the lioness here. These are two people who share, and they may be opposites, but they balance each other out. You have a lion and a lioness. A lion does what a lion does, and a lioness does what a lioness does. They're not going to think the same. They're not going to function the same. But when they work together, they're powerful. When they work together, they are protected, and there is protection that is surrounding them, right? And they're protecting these values here. So this is a pure connection. The Two of Water is a pure connection. This is two people who are ready to embrace each other, two people who are in love, okay? They're swimming together. There's a lot of emotions here. It's pure. Their hearts are fluttering. They're very fond of each other. The Two of Air is where two people have come from their own paths and created this love. They have mastered this love. They have mastered working together. They're facing each other. Sometimes doves represent purity, and they can all, not doves, these are swans. I saw a dove earlier, and I keep seeing them. I don't know if y'all have been seeing doves a lot, but I've been seeing doves a lot. So that's a sign from the heavens of pure love, of commitment, of devotion. That is a sign from the ancestors saying that something is coming from the heavenly realm and providing divine blessings. So if you've been seeing doves, and I just seen 1515 and it's 929 right now on the clock. If you've been seeing doves, then that can be your sign that this relationship was divinely orchestrated. Like this is a promise from your past life or a promise from God that this connection is the one. So you don't have to guess, you know this relationship is the one. But back to the swans here, they can also represent purity, true love, and this can also be people who are companions to each other. Oshun is here, and I hope they don't like block out my channel because of these cards, because sometimes I've seen that they do. But Oshun is here, and this is a card that has beauty. Oshun is about beauty. It's about she is about love, right? She is ever flowing, everlasting beauty, devotion, healing, nurturing. This is a place where you can relax. This is a place that's calm. This is a place that will ground you when this energy is present, to let you know that you deserve the sweetness of life and that you are the sweetness of life. And so it is important to remember this. Sorry, I had a phone call that was coming in, because her presence is very powerful. You also have the female issue here. And the female issue is the devoted wife. Oba is the devoted wife. Both of these cards are about devotion. All of these cards are about marriage. This card is about marriage. This card is about celebration. You can see the woman here. She's celebrating. There's a heart around her. She's happy. She's going somewhere, and she knows she's going somewhere. And this love connection is taking you somewhere. All right. So when this card shows up, this is letting us know that, Justice, take that tablet in there, okay? When this card shows up, it's letting us know that there is a journey with this relationship. It's not just someone who's coming in at a dead end relationship. Like a lot of times Justice, shut your door, baby. A lot of times, can you shut your door for me? Can you shut the door for me? Thank you. A lot of times we get in relationships and it's going nowhere, right? We're trying to figure out where it's going. We asking them what we doing. They're not doing anything. We're not building anything. We had higher expectations because we could see the potential in people. But when you have this card, this relationship is taking you somewhere. You finally found your person. This is the marriage card. And then the Lover's card is here as a reminder that these two people are meant for each other. They're not going anywhere. They are infatuated with each other and they're strongly attracted to each other, right? Yes, it's a lot of passion there. Yes, it's a lot of sensuality in this relationship, right? And it's not perverted. It's pure sensuality. It's a pure connection. It's a strong interest in each other. They're drawn to each other. And you see how they're looking at each other in the eyes. I was reading something from one of the elders' page the other day, and it was talking about the eyes and how it's the window to the soul. And I remember reading this a few years back, but it was like she broke it down from an ancient perspective, and it was like, wow, like the eyes in someone tells you a lot about how pure their soul is, or their intentions, or if they're telling the truth. And so it's like, with with these two people being able to look at each other in the eyes, they trust one another. They're able to relax, and that's why they don't have anything on. It's like they're finally able to see each other and trust that they can be their true selves around each other, right? Like, there's something that when they look each other in the eyes, it's like, it's just magnetic. It's just, they can see their own soul, because it's an activation. And that's what happens when you come across your person. It's like a soul activation. You don't really know what's going on, but when you look each other in the eyes, it's like a whoa. You have a whole flash that takes place, right? In these experiences that we have with people, you will know when your person is there, because they will activate you. Okay. And then, like I said, with this Oba card, this is the devoted wife. So I know that my readings, I usually get a lot of divine feminines, and I have some masculines that check out my readings, and that's good. Maybe we can, like, create a community or something, and the divine feminines who are working, like, I don't know how that works. Like, I don't know if we can create like a dating space for those who are on this journey, but we will, we're gonna get there. We're gonna all attract our person regardless, so it doesn't matter. But even so that divine masculines can kind of get an idea, or even see what a divine feminine is, and a divine feminine can see the divine masculines, because I'm working with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I work with divine masculines all the time. And so I've actually been around a lot of divine masculines who are healers, who are healing. And that's why a lot of times, even with myself, I'm so grounded with the connection that I have with them, as even just on a platonic level, because they're pure. Like, they're not seeking to have sex with every woman that they have communication with, right? They understand that women are their sisters first, and that's beautiful. Like, if you're aligned with a masculine who don't look at black women or even you as a sister, then you're in trouble. He should look at you as a sister first, because there's a code to our culture where you have to have respect for, this woman. You can't look at her like a bitch or a whore, or something that is of no value. You have to look at her like, I would devote and protect you whether we were having sex or not. That is what divine masculines are, because they're your brothers first. They're like, I'm in your life because I value you, and you're my sister. And if there is a connection that comes in where you become intimate, then that's one, that's a whole nother thing. But the relationship should kind of come in a place where you're courting, you're doing all those things and everything before you take your relationship, like, to a next level. And I think a lot of times when we find karmics, and those had to be our lessons, was we would just get into relationships too fast. Like, we get into relationships with people we were sleeping with, and we didn't even know, the right questions to ask when we were dating them. And that comes with us gaining wisdom. It's okay. We needed those lessons. Everybody's not for us. People have bodies, okay? This is not a place to be ashamed of that, because we are all healing. It's 9:39 on the clock. And I think in this culture here, it's like you have people who think that X, Y, and Z is not divine. Still be safe with who you have in your vessel, because you are a sacred vessel that connects with the divine when you're operating in a divine space. But when you start connecting with people who are not pure and not divine, it pollutes you. You know, I've experienced that as somebody who has been healing and operated as a healer and just let the wrong energies around me, and it'll pollute my soul. Like it pollutes my energy. It makes me heavy. And I had to realize that when I stepped back and I was like, okay, like let me heal. Like let me just take a minute. I don't need to be with anybody, because I just see the effects of what takes place when it's the wrong person. Like when you've actually healed, or you're healing and you're in that high vibrational place, you do need a protector. Okay, divine feminines, you have to have a protector. um so it's necessary to find people who will not weigh down your heart, who will not weigh down your soul, and not just choose anybody because they saying all of the good things or because they're fine. So those divine unions, like I said, are the protectors that we're not choosing them. Our ancestors already done chose them for us because they see them fit. Our divine father, our divine parents, our divine mother, our divine God, our God, you know what I'm saying? Deities, divinities, they've already picked somebody to incarnate with us. They already, like, we already had these soul contracts before we came here. So it's like somewhere in another life, especially if you're an ancient soul, somewhere, and this is especially for those who are around my age, like the 80s babies, because a lot of the 80 babies are ancient. Like a lot of them are old souls, right? It was meant for us to be birthed in this time because it was necessary for, I'm burning this dragon's blood. Dragon's blood sage. It was meant for us to be born in this time because it was meant for us to come in and create social change. It was meant for us to come in and protect the earth. Like a lot of us are getting that information about the ancient ancestors and things, and it was meant for us to get the information, right? Even going through or entering into what will be the age of Aquarius, it was meant for us to get the information. So it was meant for us to use it and take whatever lessons our ancestors did well at, what they failed at, take those lessons, bring them all together and be like, it's time to create a new earth. It's time to create a new plan. We don't like how this went. This didn't do well. No, let's not do this. We see an error in the system. We see an error in this. And that's why our generation is, you know, the ones who are most passionate right now and called to step into their power, or speak out about the things that we see that are wrong, because it's meant for us to take some type of action to correct it. And we're the ones who were actually sent to correct it. We were the ones who were sent to restore balance back to the earth and to heal this planet and heal, our communities. So we were sent to restore our communities. We were sent to bring balance and harmony into our communities, right? Where there's chaos in our communities, our generation is the ones who come in to resolve that chaos. So especially for the 80 babies right now, we're the ones who's supposed to be stepping up into that power. And then the babies are the star seeds, are the children of the star seeds who are coming in, that we're supposed to be protecting, because they're coming in with these new psychic powers. They're coming in with this super intelligence. That's why they are so advanced. They're smarter than us. They're super advanced, but we're supposed to be creating a new system so that they can live, thrive, and be successful in what they're going to be doing. Because what they're going to be doing, they're also bringing the new earth, but it's going to be with technology, or anything that we're building in today's time. They're going to be super advanced in it. They'll be able to create things that go beyond, basically they'll be ahead of their time, right? That's what they're meant to do, especially with these melanated children that have these superpowers. they'll be ahead of their time. And that's why they've tried to dumb them down and feed them all these crazy concepts, cartoons, ideologies, junk, the taking them to the hospital, getting the thing, the thing, y'all know what thing I'm talking about, because it blocks that connection that they're coming in with. Like, these babies can move things with their mind, they can float, levitate. They supposed to be doing that. Okay, people might think I'm crazy, but that's what they're supposed to be doing. And so we, as this generation, we're supposed to be protecting that, because, though, like I said, we're the ancient ones that have incarnated or reincarnated. So what are ancient people doing? They're portals to ancient souls. If you are an ancient being, you are a portal to ancient souls, meaning that the souls who are birthed through you are also ancient. You're supposed to be teaching them the values of the ancients. You're supposed to be raising them to tap into those ancient powers, because they're bringing in, what do you call it, like the golden age or whatever it is. But we know that our ancestors had the powers to create these great civilizations. So the fact that our communities are, exploited, they're in shams, is because a lot of them have been drugged up and dumbed down, because they have that power. But the ones of us who are waking up and we can see these things, is meant for us to correct these things, so that we can guide our children into using their divine powers, and they're going to go in and like a wildflowers, or whatever you want to call them. They're just going to spread beautifully, like whatever it is that they're growing at. So those divine unions are even important for that, because karmic relationships, if they're not brought into a place where they can harmonize and even be educated on how to harmonize and heal for the children, then that child has a less chance of advancing, because they're not going to have both of the divinities, or both of, the balance. They're not going to have the lion and the lioness. Having a lion is good, but there's a reason that you have a lioness. Having a lioness is good, but it's a reason that you have a lion. Everything that was created within the universe has always had some type of divine balance. All of the trees, all of the flowers, everything that is here has always had some type of divine balance. And like I said, we only talking about divine connections here. So when we pull these cards, we're going to be speaking to the divine masculine. We're going to speak to the king in our divine connections, or the queen in our divine connections. So we're not speaking to any karmics. We're not speaking to any low vibrational entities, or any fake soulmates, or people who are coming in to pretend, right? So we are just banishing all of those spirits right now. We are banishing any low vibrational spirits, any monitoring spirits, any spirits who come in to try to pose as a divine feminine or a divine masculine. We are banishing them from this space. We are removing all negativity, all low vibrations and low frequencies from this space. Okay. And I am going to smudge these cards. I may have to smudge them again. We shall see. Okay. Now we got this smoke burning over here. Now this stuff is really potent. It's a love incense. And if you would like some shipped to you, I have it. It's really potent, so I don't have to burn this whole thing. But this is a come to me incense. So you can call in love, you can call in money with this. Some people are so, we don't do love rituals, and that's okay if you're taught not to do that. Some bloodlines do, and that's okay, because we were taught how to do it correctly. So we ain't over here abusing our power. We are learning how to go through the rites of passage so that we can attract true divine love that's healing, that brings forward harmony and relationships that are balanced. And we are calling forward relationships that bring balance in the home for the children's sake, for the family's sake. We want relationships that bring harmony and balance into the household. We rebuke any type of arguing or anything like that that's not welcome into this space. We rebuke any chaos, any cheating spirits, or any demonic entities from this space. And we are only calling forward true divine love. We are only calling forward devotion, commitment, loyalty. We are calling those things forward from a divine space. We are calling forward a relationship that brings harmony. And I may have to like take this out because it's so strong, y'all. But if not, hey, it's lit over here, baby. We got the spirits up in here. Okay. Okay, look how the air came on. Like, hold on, we got you. We got you. Okay. So I'm looking like Miss Cleo over here at this table with the smoke going. um, so with this connection, with divine connections, we only want to call forward the connections that bring harmony and balance into the household between each other. Harmony and balance between, for the children, harmony and balance for the entire family. So these two people bring their families together. So these relationships have to be balanced. These relationships have to be in a place of harmony because they're bringing two families together. We don't, divine unions are not here to have both families beefing where this family don't like this person, this family don't like this person. They're supposed to be bringing the families together, and that's what divine unions do. Divine unions are here to, and we calling them forward to bring forward harmony and balance within our communities, because healed connections, when they're serving their purpose, they're both good for the community. When they are in a divine space, they're both doing work for the community. The masculine is and the feminine is, right? And it's complementary. Their work complements each other. The lion and the lioness complements each other, right? And that's what you want to look for, is your complementarity. And how you find that person is also through looking through the birth charts, because the birth charts, and this is something that if you need somebody who can guide you in that, I can help you with that and read over you and your person's birth charts and kind of guide you. I would recommend it be kind of consented, both of you when I do stuff like that. But it will show you if the relationship is complementary. It will show you if the relationship is karmic. Because I've looked at birth charts that I've paired with people and it showed problems. And I'm not talking about little problems, because every relationship is going to have challenges, it's going to have problems. But I'm talking about problems like cheating, problems like abuse, problems like violence. Like, it literally showed that in the synastries of the chart. But when I paired it with, when I found my divine person and I paired it with them, it literally showed in the chart that the relationship was complementarity. It showed that it was a complementary relationship. It showed that it was a good relationship for the community. It showed that it was a good relationship for the family. So that let me know that that connection was a relationship that was not just something for me or something for them, but it was a blessing to all of us. And that is what Twin Flame's supposed to be about, right? Is, they tell these stories of twin flames and how they're supposed to be these people who are saving the world, or they're supposed to step up as leaders, or sometimes they're priest and priestess, or twin flames or, you know, these spiritual leaders that come and pop up in the community and do divine work together. Whatever the case may be, they have a calling, they have a purpose together. And so even if it's not necessarily like the twin flame dynamic, it can also be a strong soulmate or a true soulmate, right? Because our culture taught soulmates, but the twin flame concept came from the Bayati, which was two people were who incarnated with each other, like they were assigned to each other. So we're going to pull some cards. We've been on here for 40 minutes. I've been talking. I've been, you know, reading these cards to y'all and just telling y'all because we want to know, how do we get to this energy, right? We want to be able to connect with our divine person. And I just seen 4040, but we want to know what it takes for us to get to our divine unions. And I'm actually going to pull from one of my decks here. Let's see. Which is one of my newest decks. I hope y'all can hear me. I gotta shuffle these a little. We're just gonna pull a few cards from this just to see what message we get from this deck as far as how do we get to this harmony? How do we get to this true love, this balance, this oneness with one another? How do we get to this marriage, this devotion, this celebration this year? How do we even get to this sweetness and this material wealth? Because that is what the ancestors have promised us with our divine union. So how do we get to that? So the first card is the Hanged Man. I'm picking up that someone can still be holding on to something. I love this card. It's like she's holding on, but with grace. All right. Ooh, it's pretty. Okay, I like this deck, y'all. Something in the sacral chakra, holding on to some type of emotion. The Daughter of Coins. This is so pretty. So I'm picking up somebody holding on to some type of emotion first and foremost. Something that needs to be released. And they can be working to release this, especially with these moon cycles being here. But it may take work. Like it may take for you to do some shadow work or just continue doing the work, like releasing. Maybe during this upcoming full moon, that needs to be something that you do, is release any emotions that no longer serve you. Because with this Daughter of Coins card being here, this is like somebody who is really abundant, somebody who's very stable, somebody who has everything that she needs. And this person is very divine and blessed. Okay. The Daughter of Coins is like the Page of Coins. Someone who has learned some lessons and they've turned these lessons into peace. Someone who could be focused on their goals. The Daughter of Coins can be someone who's goal oriented. They're on their path, needing to trust the divine, needing to trust that you're protected. So emotions that you may need to let go of is self-sabotage. What are you holding on to? What old beliefs or traumas, triggers are you holding on to that is sabotaging what it is that you desire in life? because you are on your path to success. You're on your path to victory, but you're holding you back. Okay, so let's see. The Justice card is here. There's 2 moons at the top. Holding on to, ooh. So you see how there's a lot of people on this side? Somebody could be holding on to some exes. It's 9:59 on the clock. Or someone could be holding on to some karmics or just people that they need to let go. It's time to release them so that you can balance out your heart space. And that's going to bring this love right here. That's going to bring this harmony. Okay, so let's see. It's going to bring you balance because the Justice card is about balance. The 6 of baskets is here. So I'm seeing a family that has a lot of wealth here. When you embrace your person, and your person, when you are with your person, what's going to come of this is that you're going to be very fruitful. You may have a garden, you may get some land together, but you're going to be in a place where you're very abundant. Growing your own food, it's a safe place. You see how the woman and the boy is in white, and they don't have on shoes. Like, they're very grounded, they're very stable, they're connected to the earth, and this is a pure connection. And I'm seeing this from the divine masculine space. So divine masculines, this can be the space that you hold with your divine feminines. This can be what your wife is going to be like. It's going to be somebody that you have land with. So this can be a goal that the 2 of you have, is to grow food and to have land. The divine feminines, that can be a goal that you have, and you and your divine masculine are going to accomplish that together. And what I'm seeing with the 6 of baskets is like, this is his view. This is as if he's actually looking at you and the child that you have together, or you and your children, whatever the case may be. But this is someone who is looking at you, and they're seeing your beauty, right? I'm picking up the divine masculine's energy right now from this. And he's happy with his wife. He's happy with his child. He feels safe in this connection. Okay. This connection is healing for the 2 of you. The Daughter of Knives. This can be someone who is a warrior or just a leader, someone who has a lot of passion. Again, this is devotion. I'm picking up someone who is devoted, even with their journey, someone who's devoted to their journey, someone who can be devoted to the connection, the faithful wife, but someone who is true to herself, someone who is true to her purpose, someone who stands up for what she believes in, someone who is a warrior. And she's ready to face anything. She's ready to face any challenges that come her way. I'm seeing someone who's also someone who stands for justice here, with this justice card being here. The Five of Baskets is here. And with the Five of Baskets, this is, and this can be the Divine Masculine's energy, but I'm saying that all hope isn't lost. So what I'm picking up is that someone needs to count their blessings, right? In this connection, if there's been any difficulties, if there's been anything lost between the two of you, then it's not the end, because you may have lost a few eggs, but there's many more to come. Like, you think you're gonna be worried about the few things that you lost, even if it was these karmics, even if it was the things you lost from, the past, whatever the case may be. Don't focus on those things. Focus on what's in front of you. Focus on your future, because it's so abundant there. And I feel like this can even be somebody's heart space coming up, because I was picking up like a grieving type energy or like a sad type energy, whether this is the Divine Masculine or Divine Feminines that has this energy here. This is that time to let go of that. Hanged Man is holding you back. You're holding on to old emotions in your sacral chakra. You're holding on to things from your childhood. You're holding on to things from past relationships that were failed, but you're not seeing the divine connection. You're not seeing the divine union. We're only talking about divine unions here. Your divine soulmate ain't these other people, because they were sent from your ancestors to bring about this harmony, to bring about this devotion, somebody who's going to be devoted to you. So don't focus on the things that you lost. Like, if this is for somebody who maybe have dealt with some type of heartbreak, don't allow your place to stay in grief forever. Don't allow your heart to stay heavy forever, because you actually block your future when you do that. You block yourself from opening up doors when you do that. Your heart is a portal. Don't allow what people did to you to destroy and distort your portal. You should be full of love, full of abundance, full of joy, full of happiness. And if you're not in the moment, find a way to work to get back to that. Because no other entity, person, thing, or place should siphon your energy and take control of this vessel and the body that God has gave you. Don't let people stress you out. Don't let people worry you. If the relationship is not divine, you don't need to be aligned, okay? That's to protect you. That's to protect your soul, your energy, because you are divine. Divine feminines, divine masculines. This is for both of you. You are divine. You deserve to be protected. You deserve to be in a space of abundance where you have everything that you prayed for. And see, if you're focusing on the things that you lost, you ain't gonna see that God is giving you everything that you prayed for. You see that? Why would you worry about the eggs that you lost when you got a whole garden? What? Did you hear what God just said? I'm just channeling energy over here. But why would you worry about the basket of eggs that you lost when God is giving you acres of land? When God is giving you a divine connection, a divine partner, when God is giving you a safe space, when God is giving you a space to heal, right? It ain't no more heartbreak. Ain't no more disappointments. Ain't no more grieving. We not there anymore. That ain't what God got for us. God would never leave you in a space to be in this space, because those emotions and those things are not of God. So we're not going to keep our hearts heavy with things from the past. We're going to let them go. And that's in that sacral chakra. So this is, if you're going to do some shadow work or any type of releasing work, Do it there. Do it in the emotional space. Work on that sacral chakra some. But release those emotions because you have balance coming in. You got a devoted warrior. This. Hey, y'all don't see what I see. I know you can't, because if you saw what I see, you'd be like, ah. Okay, but you got somebody who is down for you. You got somebody who has your back. All right, so let's see. Did I hit that camera some to make it like go over a little? I'm not sure. I was actually going to display this like the long way, but then I realized that I couldn't do that because YouTube wouldn't allow me to. It's 10:10 on the clock. The Father of Knives. So someone is ready to take action. Someone is ready to go forward. They're ready to do what's necessary. And see, with this Father of Knives, this is somebody who's making some things happen. Okay? The Father of Knives ain't somebody who's gonna play. Like, this is somebody who is about that action. Mr. Make It Happen. Mr. What You Need. Okay? This is somebody who is committed and devoted. So divine feminines, if this is a masculine, see this divine masculine, he's done dealt with some things in his past, right? That may have him, and this can be divine feminines too, because we a mirror of each other. Like, even with these connections, with these complementaries, with our soulmate, our twin flame, whatever you want to call it, you go through similar experiences, but you learn in it from the masculine experience and the feminine experience. But when you bring those two experiences together, the both of you have wisdom and lessons that you've learned that brings these lessons to a whole, and you kind of understand like what you should do in a relationship, what you shouldn't do in a relationship, what's going to cause this, so you learn and gain enough wisdom that you can bring these two divine people together in one space and harmonize these energies, right? Where they understand each other to heal each other. They understand each other of what not to do to each other because they've learned certain lessons in life. They've, come to a place of completion in their life to where they're ready to be in this space with each other. So you have the daughter of Knives, but you have the father of Knives here. You have two people who are committed and devoted, and they may be in different ways. Like the divine feminine, what I'm seeing is that your space is to be in a place of power, like stepping into your power. And this is what I was saying earlier, like stepping into that daughter of Knives, stepping into your power, being in your place of devotion. And then the divine masculines coming in, they're the protectors, they're the warriors, they're the go-getters, they're gonna make things happen. Like, it's like y'all are both doing two different things, but when you come together, it's gonna bring about this balance in the connection. And so if the two of you get out of your way when it comes to your emotions, like in your childhood traumas and stuff like that, you're gonna be powerful together, right? So look at this at the bottom of the deck. And y'all thought I was lying? You wanna know what's at the bottom of the deck? The 9 of baskets. What I just say? You're gonna be powerful together. F them losses. That's what I'm gonna say. Them losses. Because them karmics, them people, and that's what I'm picking up, is them people from the past that's in this sacral chakra area. Them people from the past ain't doing nothing but holding you back. They holding on to this place right here because they are holding on to this place. And look how many of them it takes. With your divine person, you just need your divine person. It ain't gonna take you to have a whole bunch of karmics. If this is somebody who has a bunch of people they're messing around with, or whatever the case is, like, that's not gonna be the case, because your divine person is gonna be enough to balance this out. They're gonna be enough to bring harmony in. So you don't have to have all of these people to fill this space, right? And these connections down here that you looking at in the past, these people, these emotions that you holding on to in the past, and you weighing out this and you trying to weigh it with your person, is getting in the way of the connection, is getting in the way of this. Because your person ain't them. Don't bring that baggage into this relationship. Your person is not them. But see, when you bringing that baggage in and you ain't healing from those things in the past, it's like a wound that's there that can sometimes pour out on your person unintentionally because you're not willing to see your person ain't them. All right, they can't do what your person can do. It take a bunch of them to do what your person is doing. Your person don't need all that. Your person is powerful on her own or on his own. And the two of y'all together gonna have so much abundance here. The two of y'all gonna be very wealthy, right? But with this daughter of knives, what they say in that song, I'm a movement by myself, but I'm a force when we're together. I'm good all by myself, but baby, you make me better. Hey, that's it right there, y'all. We're gonna have to play that song today because that's the message. Like, you make me better. That's why this divine masculine that's here in this space right here is in this go-getter energy. That's why he's working hard. Because with this connection, you got two people who going. They go-getters. They passionate about what they're doing. They're serious about what they're doing. And they can make it happen if they can get past this 5 of baskets. They can make it happen if they can get past this emotional baggage that they're looking at, that they're weighing out, because that's what's happening. They're weighing it out. And it's like they keep looking at the past failures and they're unsure if they can have this success. This what they're desiring is the 6 of baskets. They can see it, but they just still focusing on this. If you let this go, you're gonna have, if you let y'all, do y'all see what the cards are coming out is? Like, I don't want to stop pulling. But if you let this go, it's gonna give you this. It's gonna give you this. It's gonna give you this. They're gonna restabilize your life. Like, if you lost something from them past relationships, if you took any type of losses, who cares? Because what's coming in for you is gonna be 7 times 7 folds of it's what you're supposed to have. Because when you with your divine person, oh baby, y'all unstoppable is what I'm trying to tell you. Like, come on now. It's right here. You can see it. They got a nice car. They living their best life in luxury with luggages. It's gonna be all right. You can also be traveling or having a business together. Like, y'all gonna be wealthy is what I'm telling you. Like, it's so much poverty it doesn't exist in this relationship. Poverty, chaos, it does not exist in this relationship. Like, this is a relationship that, when I say the ancestors brought it together for the two of you to break curses, for the two of you to heal, for the two of you and your children to be healed, for them to have a healed home, right? For your family, because it's bringing the families together, and for the community. All of this wealth that's coming in is because it's not just blessing you, it's blessing everyone. That's what divine connections are for. So it's bringing in abundance for everyone. So that's why the ancestors found favor in the connection. That's why the ancestors they was like, these two right here are going to be the healers of their generation. They're going to be the healers of their bloodline. We're sending these two to come in and they're going to heal their bloodline. They're going to heal each other's bloodline. They're going to heal us because they're going to come in and do what we sent them to do. And so this connection, y'all might go, y'all millionaires, billionaires, you're going to be wealthy. You're going to have a lot of money. Okay? Like, I'm telling you, you're going to have so much. This is the Mother of Knives here. This is beautiful. The Mother of Knives is someone who has mastered certain things in life, right? This is someone who is taking the lead, is a true leader, a wise leader. Even when I see the Daughter of Knives up here, even though she is passionate about what she's doing and she's leading a very strong space, what he's doing is from a very divine space. It's giving them this 9 of baskets, right? But they're gonna have so much that it's like you've mastered this. I'm seeing completion with this Mother of Knives. It's like a new level. It's like someone who went from I'm committed to this and I'm just starting, and I'm not saying just starting, but what I'm saying is like the results that you get from this goes to not just being people who are hard working, but people who are reaping the results of that hard work. So here she's more in a place of action and passion, devotion. And here she's in a place where she has the wisdom, the lessons, the blessings, and can even be retired. You know, she has enough money that she can just do what she pleases with it. And so that is how this is actually going to affect the divine feminines, is from their devotion, their passion, they're actually going to align with this Mother of Knives energy, and it's going to bring, when they align with their person, it's going to bring about a place where they have so much money that they're going to be super abundant. I'm going to have to tell them that I have to call them back. Does it interrupt the live? Wait, I don't want to interrupt the live too bad. So yes, that is where we are with this. So now we're going to pull some messages from your person, and we're going to channel and see what messages come up. Leave your fears behind. They are stopping this relationship from blossoming. So see, that's the first message for y'all. Let that stuff go from the past. If you're afraid that this person is going to betray you like the people have in your past, you are self-sabotaging yourself. You're self-sabotaging the connection. God don't want you to focus on the baskets on the ground. God was like, you know what? It's okay. We just gonna toss it over to the side. You know, it's lightweight. You got too much in front of you and ahead of you to be focusing on that. So if you leave those things in the past from behind, do some releasing. Do some releasing of those karmics. Do some releasing of the wounds that the karmics have put on you. Let it go. Sit down with yourself and figure out what it is that you need to let go of from the things that have been done to you, that have wounded you, that have hurt you. And you need to release those things. Forgive and release. This is your message. Okay, you are stronger when you carry love and forgiveness rather than anger. So that can be in that womb space, because a lot of times when we are angry, we hurt ourselves and we don't realize it. Whether that anger is resulting to us gaining an addiction, us getting to a place where we're just like F it and we just start sleeping with a bunch of people, or it's still hurting yourself, because that's poor spiritual hygiene. When we go through harsh lessons, or things in life that make us doubt love or doubt a connection, we doubt people or whatever the case may be, we just stop believing. And Spirit does not want you to not believe in your connection. And so, in this space where you're leaving your fears behind, your spirit and your ancestors are also asking you to forgive and release, because you are stronger when you carry love and forgiveness rather than anger. So, we're just going to put our hands over our heart space, calmly breathe, and we're going to forgive ourselves first, because sometimes we stay in things we know are not good for us. So forgive ourselves for going through the experience, and relax our bodies in the process of that. Let it go. Those thoughts, emotions, they no longer serve us. And then we're going to forgive those who have hurt us. We're going to let it go, because those thoughts and emotions do not serve us within this time frame. They do not serve us in this space, right? Okay. Beware of codependency. Addictive behaviors are affecting your romantic life. So beware of doing anything addictive. And I just was talking about this with the anger, right? Because sometimes when we angry, we resort to things like, whether it's bad eating. I did that. Like I gave up on my diet for a while. And it's like, oh my gosh, when I did that, all I did was hurt myself. But I was tired. Like I was just like, I don't believe in this, that and that. And I stopped eating healthy when I went through a heartbreak. And it was like, I need to forgive that person and myself, because it was just taking me down a spiraling space of I was basically comforting myself, right? And doing that is only leading me down an unhealthy path, because the foods that I was eating, I realized, was not healthy for me, and it was making me heavy. It was making my body heavy, my soul heavy. And so I realized I needed to let that connection go. It is what it is. I didn't need to receive any clarity, any affirmations, nothing. It was just a acceptance. It was just okay, made peace with it, made peace with myself. And it was like, now it's time for me to move forward to something healthier. So letting go of any worries, stress, fear, doubt, anxieties, that's something that you can release from that sacral space when you do your release work as well. Past lives. You have known this person before. It is a soulmate from a past life. So this is for sure somebody from a past life connection. A lot of times these connections, especially with us, because I'm telling y'all, a lot of us 80 babies are reincarnated. So you already done been in relationships with people before. Some of these people came in to be ops, spiritual ops, literally. Some people came in, they knew your power, they was assigned to come in and harvest your energy so you could learn how to set better boundaries. Some people came in to teach you the lessons you needed to master certain parts of your life in your houses. They came in to build character and give you wisdom. Without any lessons and experiences, we wouldn't have any wisdom. We just be fools. So be grateful for the lessons that you have. Take them as lessons, forgive, and make peace with them. This connection that's coming in was the person that you reincarnated with, because the two of you have a soul contract, and you agreed to come back together so that you can fulfill a divine purpose. And that purpose is for you to break this curse of poverty. Like, the two of you are going to come in together, and you're going to bring in a lot of wealth with each other. Just as like, okay, you done been doing a reading long enough. I'm coming out. Boundaries. You need to teach people how to treat you. by being clear on what you will and won't allow. So someone may be needing to set healthy boundaries in their connections. And then redirect your thoughts. Focus on what you want in the relation to attract in this relationship and not on what you fear. Shoot, focus on all them good things. You better go and affirm all that stuff I just told y'all. Y'all about to be getting money. You about to be wealthy. Write it down. Me and my divine partner are about to have X, Y, and Z. Do not feed into the negative. Don't feed into the self-sabotage. Don't feed into the past unhealed wounds. Let that go and realize that that's not what is happening in this connection. Separate your divine person from those things, because when you don't, you start to sabotage the relationship and you're actually not healing, so it doesn't heal them. It just pushes the two of you away from each other until you separate and learn whatever lesson you need to learn in order to come back. Okay, so if you want to actually bring the relationships together and not have the conflict where you're in consistent separation, go ahead and do that work. Do the release work and do the forgiving, the releasing, work on that heart chakra and let it go so that the two of you can embrace each other. I actually have a prayer that I created for divine soulmates. If y'all would like to use that for this this Friday, this Venus Friday, then y'all send me a little donation. I will send you a digital copy of the prayer, and it is to harmonize the divine masculine and the divine feminines so that you're not necessarily putting a spell on them. You're not going to use their names. You're not going to write it down on a specific person. If you know that this is your person and you're for sure, it's going to work. Okay? So all you have to do is affirm to the universe, your ancestors, and those who naturally called you together this prayer, and it's going to draw in your person. It's going to bring in harmony. It's going to harmonize the connection between the two of you so that the relationship is balancing out for you, your family, community, and nation. Okay? I did want to pull, and I know I've been on here for over an hour, so I'm going to go ahead and get ready to get off. But if you would like a full reading, you can book a full reading with me. And I have multiple decks over here. Like I'm doing multiple confirmations. I'm pulling from multiple decks. So that's the benefit about getting a full reading from me, is that you kind of get more than one confirmation about what it is that you need to be doing, you know, in your connections. The Yamaya card came out. So with this Yamaya card, Yamaya is also over marriages as well, but you know, she also deals with childbirth and pregnancy. So this connection can be bringing about a pregnancy. Someone could be getting ready to have a baby. Dolphins, I'm saying super intelligent. What did I tell y'all about them super smart babies that we're supposed to be protecting? And you know how intelligent dolphins are? Okay, somebody could be having a water birth, but this is definitely the divine the divine feminines, sorry. And the Yamaya card is the Empress. This is a nurturing mother. Like, this is a divine mother. This is divine blessings that are coming to you. I'm also picking up like emotional fulfillment with this card being here. This is Mayat, and this is giving and receiving. So this relationship is going to bring about reciprocity. I know I've said it 100 times, but it's balance. And this prayer that I actually created is for Mayat to be in this relationship, because it will keep this space lighthearted. It will keep this space in a divine space. It will keep this space in as a reminder that the two of you are working to commit to principles in the relationship. And these principles are what keeps this relationship divine. If this relationship or any connection doesn't have any type of principles between the two people that they are devoted to, it's not gonna work. It's gonna collapse, because you can't just have a relationship that's based off of love alone. Like the relationship has to be based off of purpose, and it has to have principles. Ain't no Mayat ain't gonna let you be around no cheaters. Okay, you can't be no cheater and be principled. You can't be no cheater or no liar and have this principle. You can't be stealing from your person or harvesting their energy, and this is your principle. You know what I'm saying? So there's a code to the relationships as well, and that is what we want, is to have relationships that are principled, that bring about this divine household. We don't want our divine feminines or our divine masculines to be the only one that's divine in the household and the other person is not standing on principle, or the other person is creating chaos, and you got one person that's working on harmony and the other person is working on chaos. That's not balance. Okay, so we want a connection that's going to keep us lighthearted. And even with this card, the sacral chakra is there, so it's meant to heal, it's meant to fulfill, it's meant to, whatever those people did in the past, those wounds that they inflicted in the childhood and the past relationships in that sacral chakra, this relationship is going to heal that area. This relationship is going to activate and heal that sacral chakra. It's not going to damage it. It's going to bring about healing to it. And when it brings about healing, the beautiful thing about that is that when your sacral chakra is healed, you're more creative, you're more fertile, more babies. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's if you want babies, but it brings about more babies. Okay. Because it's not, the baby can come in on, the divine babies ain't coming into no trauma. A divine baby ain't coming into no mess. A divine baby ain't coming into no drama. That's not what divine babies do. If that's what's going on in your connection, the baby that's coming about in that connection is a chaotic baby. It's a chaotic spirit, because the parents were chaotic when they came together with those souls, because the parents did not properly heal. And so they're going to create some type of chaos. Now, can you bring healing amongst any chaotic relationships? Yes, but you already done created a baby out of souls that was created out of lust or whatever. So those babies going to have some type of spiritual attachments to them that you're going to have to put them through healing and rituals too. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just assume like, oh, because the babies are pure when they come in. They are, but they are born and can be born with certain traumas because the parents didn't do the proper healing and initiation or the works that they needed to do to make sure that those babies came in without all of that trauma, without all of that mess. You know what I'm saying? And when you in that Yamaya energy, you are protected. When you're pregnant, you don't need nobody who's stressing you out, who cheating on you, who beating on you, or doing any of that while you carrying a divine spirit. Okay? So that person even needs to be able to protect you in the time while your body is creating a soul that they helped you to create. That's what the divine masculine is supposed to do. It's supposed to protect you, divine feminines, because you're the portal that's bringing in the ancient spirit. So yes, you have to have principle between the two of them. It can't just be one person who's principled and another person not. You have to work to create these principles between the two of you so that this mother can have this divine birth, so that it can bring in. Because if the mother is stressed, she fighting with people, she worrying about your ex's wife, she is not in divine space, baby. Okay? She needs to be in a sacred space, away from chaos, away from drama. And the masculine is protecting that energy, okay? Based off of the actions and the things that he does as well. So you need that principle. The masculines have to be principled. So we are calling in relationships that our divinity, our ancestor, Mayat, can bring to us based off of this, based off of their divinities guiding them. Not based off of just you knowing it, but it has to be what Mayat is like, yes. And when you go to your divinity, when you go to your deity, when you go to Mayat, Mayat will tell you if this person is your person. I done had my ancestors reject people on multiple occasions, and sometimes I might not even want to see the rejection, but they just make it louder. They would start screaming at me and be like, "We told you to leave him alone." They'll come to me in dreams because I'm an ancient spirit. So I'm communicating with other ancient spirits, whether they are already in this realm or not, because I'm a medium. So it's like the ancient spirits are always guiding me, the ones who reincarnated with me and the ones who are in the ancestral realm. And they're like, "Hey, we didn't tell you to go be with that person. Hey, da 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 da, what you doing? Yeah, they cute, they fine, they got money, this. But that ain't the person that we aligning you with for this." And so that is why you go through the proper divinations. And here's the thing. Everybody can't align you with your Bayati because everybody do not communicate with certain divinities. Certain divinities will not communicate with you unless you are initiated through that bloodline, unless you have been initiated through Asiba and elders. You cannot just connect with these divinities because they're there. Some people can be devoted to them. Some people can learn about them. That's great. I've seen some people who come from other cultures who will use these things and then, in the same sense, criticize us when we use them, and literally have said, and it's good they study on them, right? It gives people still a sense of morale, but the only people who can actually connect to the deities are us. The only people who can actually connect to them are us. People might think that they connected to them because they can still be guided, but the deities will literally possess us. So they can actually possess our vessels. That's why we can't allow just anybody in our vessels. The spirits is real specific about that. Like, nope, this person be drinking. You are not about to allow him to come over here in Mayat's vessel, because one of the 42 laws of Mayat is that I will not pollute my vessel. You might not pollute your vessel, but they are polluting theirs. And you ain't about to come over here because your body is a shrine. Your body is an altar. You think you about to let that messy, nasty energy come over here to our altar? So divine feminines, you got to know you are the altar. You are the shrine. I don't care if these men got money. I don't care if these men look good, because those are material things. His soul got to be clean to come into your energy to even be able to have a clean spirit. Don't let these people, because these people will see you as a spiritual woman, as a divine woman. You're going to attract a lot of people. That's natural. Okay, you can attract a lot of people. It's natural on both ends. Divine masculines will attract a bunch of divine feminines. Divine feminines will attract a bunch of divine masculines. That does not mean that that is your Bayati. That does not mean that that is your Bayati. And if it is not your Bayati, you messing with somebody's Bayati and the ancestors will smack you. Okay? And you don't want to get smacked by them divinities. You do not want to get smacked because you stole somebody's wife or you stole somebody's husband. So when we even talking about that, the divinities done already assigned us people. That's why doing spell work and all this stuff on people, that shit is lame. Sorry for cursing, but it's lame when you over here trying to force people to fall in love with you. If that's your person and you and your purpose is gonna align, right? So yeah, you can still say certain prayers over your relationships. If you have a relationship and you're in a divine connection, that's totally different. But I'm talking about the people who be in relationships with people who don't want them, or whatever the case may be, and then start putting spell work on them to control them, or whatever the case may be, right? Like, if it's your person, you don't even have to do all of that, because you naturally, the ancestors aligned you. The ancestors brought you together. Who about to actually get in the way of the spirit people? Who about to get in the way of the divinities? People can get in they can play all these games that they want to in the physical. They can do all the spiritual manipulation that they want to, but you cannot get in the way of somebody who is covered by a whole divinity of a nation, of a civilization. You gonna get in the way of a deity that governed deities, that governed nations. You playing with your life. You gonna get in the way of somebody who's protected by their Oris or certain deities. Them deities overrank ancestors on any day. You can have 1,000 ancestors and and one deity can run through them all. Because look at what Sekhmet did. Sekhmet killed hundreds of men because they were impure. They were not aligned with Ma'at. And Sekhmet loved Ma'at. So her devotion to Ma'at slayed every man. And look what she on top of. She on top of that daughter of knives, right? On top of the warrior. But and look at what else she on top of. The boundaries card. You can't play with Ma'at. You can't play with the deities. These people can manipulate people, but you can't manipulate the deities. And that's what we're trying to tell you. The deities can see everything that you do. They can see who you did work on. So all of those things, they add up when your heart get weighed. You better off just following your purpose. Because them spirits going to be like, you really went down there to earth and took your powers and listened to all them people who was doing that. Them people was not principled. You following all them witches who was doing all this stuff. Them people is not healed. Where's their divinity? We gave you a divinity. Do they know who their divinity is? Okay. No. Can they tell you who their elders are? No. Can they tell you what elder they sit down with? No. Can they tell you who is their divinities? Who is their Ori? Who is it they working with? Even when you go on with people who you get readings from, I can tell you what spirits I work with. We constantly talk about Ma'at over here. So we constantly, you constantly going to hear this, right? Because we are here to bring about harmony. We here to bring about order. We here to bring about truth, balance, justice. We're here to restore Ma'at to our villages and to our planet. And so anybody who get in the way of that deity is asking to be put in ancestral hell. Literally. Think you can use the ancestors' magic for your own purposes, and you breaking something that they orchestrated for not just for two people, but for the masses, and you get in the way of something that the ancestors have put together for their nation, you in trouble. That's why you can't mess with them divine connections, because they have a purpose, not just in the household. They have a purpose for the nation. Like they have a purpose that can be like a global purpose, because these people are like people who were sent to fulfill international work. Like they were sent to fulfill global work. And in our culture, we're given three purposes. We have our individual purpose, our ancestral purpose, and our universal purpose. So with these people who are coming in, especially in our generation, they're meant to match with somebody that was, a lot of us reincarnated together, especially if you're an 80s baby. Okay. A lot of us reincarnated together. So that is something that we all have to understand, because sometimes our eyes and our heart will fall for people that isn't our people. And then we're not doing the rituals and stuff correctly. We have to learn bad lessons from binding ourselves or trying to get with somebody that the answer, especially with these people. You can't mess with these people who got these deities and stuff like that protecting them. I done had so many people that's tried to do spirit work and stuff on me, and it backfire, and then they be like, what you over there doing? I do a protection spell over myself and something happened to them, and it's like, what you over there doing? My ancestors be telling me, I just play the game with you. You feel me? I play the game with people because people think that I don't have my divinity. And people think that I don't know. So I just go along with it. This is the Oya card that came out here. Big changes are coming for you. And look at that. You got 3 divinities right here. You got the divinity and the Orishas. You got 2 Orishas. I see a lot of blue here. Woo! they better not play with you. I'm telling you, they better not play with you. Hey, go ahead and do your work. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Go ahead and do whatever it was that you was called here to do, because when you step into that, and this for my divine feminines, when you step into, what was that, the daughter of knives, they better not play. They better not play. They better not play. All right, y'all step into y'all power, man. Just do your thing and let go of that grief. Whatever it is in your heart space, let it go. Don't hold on to it anymore. Let go of that rage too. That's something in the subconscious space that you might not realize is there. It can be in your root chakra. Start going jogging, go work out, go boxing or something like that. But find a healthy way to release your rage. Dance. That's a good way. Move around. Get that grief, get that rage out of your system. Because baby, when I tell you you a chosen one, what you crying for? You about to get all the wealth and the richness and all the things you asked for, your divine lover. Like, you about to have a whole healed connection, and you still holding on to what people done did to you. You still holding on to the karmics for what? God done already mapped out your divine blessings, and you are blocking them because you still holding on to things from your past. Let that stuff go. Okay? Let it go. It's time for you to come in and do your big one. All right, so I'm about to get off of this reading. I got to go take care of lunch. I got a few phone calls I got to pick back up on with people who just recently called. If you would like a full reading, today I am doing the Venus reading, so you can get a specific message from your person. And we will also be doing the self-love Venus readings to figure out what it is that you personally need to be doing in order to attract the love you need into your life. All right, so y'all can book with me. And again, if you would like that prayer, I'll send you a digital copy. You can put it at your altar and burn a candle, or you can write it down. Go get you a pink candle tonight, and that will help to attract your divine person into your space and balance out and harmonize the relationship. So send me a tip. The tip can be, $1. It can be $2, whatever, and I will send you a copy of the prayer. Hold on. And my candle burned down lovely. I was sitting over there looking at it. But I had a candle burning over my prayer. And so I will send it to you as something that y'all can burn tonight when you get home, or you can write it out and speak it. You can print off the copy that I send you and set it at your altar and just read it out when you burn the candle. Like I said, all you have to do is send a little tips and a donation. Make sure that y'all like the channel, comment what you think about the reading, and if you would like a full reading, y'all holla at your girl. Alrighty. Peace, love, and light.